Well, in session on the programme all this week is an American-born singer-songwriter now living in Essex. Philip Marino has been in the UK for over a decade and is now firmly established on the Americana scene, and he recently released his second full-length album. Well, I had a chat with Philip earlier this afternoon, and we began by talking about his American roots.
I am from a suburb of Chicago in the state of Illinois. I moved to Essex, Colchester in 2006. I was, at that point, as my story as a musician, I was basically just playing guitar in my living room. And about 2010, I started writing my own lyrics, writing my own songs due to life events. And 2011, I started playing live in Colchester for the first time. And since then, that's really all I've been focused on.
So Colchester has been a very important place for you.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I have incredible memories of my times just kind of learning and being on the circuit, if you will, and getting to meet incredible musicians who've become great friends and just learning how to get better as a performer, as a songwriter.
How would you describe your take on music then? Because you're from an area that I associate with the blues, obviously being a huge blues fan. Yeah. First place I ever went to in the States was Chicago back in 1990. So just mention the word and my eyes light up. But what about you? Are you a blues fan?
Well, you know, blues is clearly infused in the music that I make and the music that I listen to. I wouldn't want to insult true blues fans by saying so. Although growing up in and outside of Chicago, we would go to the clubs. We would go to watch some of the amazing players in the city. Just incredible opportunities to watch live blues in Chicago, as you clearly know. The music I grew up listening to and that really influenced me has the elements of blues in the context of some of the instrumentation, some of the musicianship, but just in the stories that they would tell. You know, sort of the darker sort of side of country, alt country, alternative country, folk music, sort of just telling stories about experiences, pains, joys, and in a sense that's common through all that sorts of music, I think.
And we really ought to point out there's a lot more to the Chicago music scene than just the blues.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an incredible music scene, actually. And some great radio stations, like in the States. I haven't been there in a while, but there was a big change from when I was young to getting older, where the radio stations there changed to really corporate, just sort of playlists that were the same. But there's some great, like WXRT, and there's just some amazing, like, radio DJs still living and playing great music there.
Good to hear that, but you're in the UK these days, and are you planning to stay?
Yeah, my day job is here, my music sort of traction is here, and I think I really do like it here. There's a lot that I enjoy about living in the UK, and like I said, it's been a while.
So 12 years in the UK, and here at BBC Radio Suffolk to record a session. Who have you got with you?
Well, today we're going to have on percussion and backing vocals Louisa Charrington. She's been playing with me for quite a while now. And really new is Pamela Grieve, who's playing fiddle. We've only really had one show with Pamela. I've known her on the circuit for years in Essex, but we just literally played the Tractor Fair at Suffolk Food Hall this past weekend for the first time. And I just really enjoy having the sound of the fiddle in the mix. And hope they'll both be playing.
And you have a recent album to tell us about? Yeah,
it's my fourth CD, second album. 2 others were EPs. It's called Chasing Ghosts, was just released at the end of July. And it's 10 tracks. It's 11, has a hidden track at the end. So it's not so hidden anymore, I guess.
You're still doing that then, putting hidden tracks on?
Well, you know, that's the thing is, you know, I actually think I'm still a physical CD buyer, and hidden tracks online don't really work because there they are. You can see them, right? I remember the first time I discovered one where I just forgot to stop the player, and suddenly music started a couple minutes later. And one of my favorite all-time artists, John Mellencamp, did it, and others do, and I just thought, well, why not?
Good to hear that, Philip, because like you, I love my CDs still.
Definitely.
And, you know, I still play CDs from yesteryear and discover hidden tracks that I didn't realise first time round were on there. How sad is that?
That's excellent. Really hidden tracks.
So what are the sort of tracks you're doing for us on the programme this week? From the album? 3
of them will be. We're going to play 3 off the new one. I thought one from the last CD, which I recorded in New York with Simon Felice, which we enjoy playing, so it's fun to play that song. And then one from the very first CD I released in 2014. So I thought just a little bit of a mix with the bulk of them coming from the new album.
And gig-wise, are you keeping pretty busy?
Well, I haven't had as many this year as I would like. I used to be a bit more booked than I am now, but we do have we're going to be the headline and, in a sense, the featured act at a nice little open mic in Great Lees coming up in a few weeks. And hopefully after that, we'll just get some more. The Suffolk Food Hall thing went really well, and hopefully people will just start booking again.
Great to see you here at BBC Radio Suffolk, Philip. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
And you're in session all this week, but right now we'll play a track from your latest album.